So I've done it again. Brought probably 1,000 comics. This time it's trade paperbacks mainly. Maybe I think it's like 3 boxes of comics off a local auction site. I saw them yesterday and got a bit carried away. I think I paid about $3 a piece in the end. But I'll do a final count when I get home. Gonna try and load them all into my little family wagon. Yeah, we'll get home and see what we've got. Well, good evening everybody. I thought I'd just do a bit of a catch up, to be honest. You saw me at the auction place yesterday, picking up the comic lot, which I bought at auction. It all kind of started out, I saw some Ninja Turtle comics kind of pop up on an auction site. And then when I looked at it more and more, I saw that there was a whole bunch of trade paperbacks and a few boxes of comics being sold. And I thought, and I knew I could probably get, between whatever, 20, 30, 40, 50, up to $100 per trade paperback. So when the time came for the bidding to end, within the last kind of half an hour, the prices were still super low. So I went about just bidding on everything, with the idea being that I would hope I would get a few lots out of that everybody wouldn't be able to kind of refresh their bids in time. The last kind of 10 minutes were just epically crazy. My phone was buzzing to let me know I'd been outbid. I was kind of refreshing the website and just upbidding as up to kind of the levels that I was comfortable at. I don't think any of the lots, I think the most I paid for 20 trade paperbacks was about $200, including GST and the buyer's percentage as well, which is still pretty good because I knew I'd get at least kind of $10 per book. But to be honest, at the end of the auction, I really had no idea how many lots I'd won or how much I'd spent. So I had to really quickly transfer some money across into the bank account to make sure that when they try to take payment, it would go through. And my phone was just going absolutely crazy with all the outbids and the you've won this auction type of bids. And the email was really slow to come through. So I kind of did on the website, you could kind of see what you'd won, but it was still refreshing because if there's a bid in the last 10 minutes, it increases the bidding time by 10 minutes. So it was all a bit chaotic. But in the end, I think I ended up winning, I think it was about 40 lots, each with, 20 books in or something, plus 4 boxes of comics, or 3 boxes of comics and a box of magazines. So I got them all home yesterday. Had some dramas that I got a puncture in the car, so I had to deal with that. But got them all back here safely, and then I've really spent last night and this evening just going through them. So this is what we've ended up with. So I've unbagged them all. What I've been doing is kind of been going through and just scanning the barcodes on eBay just to see if there's anything crazy in the mix. And then just getting an idea of roughly what the prices are. And there's some books in here that are probably $100, $150 perhaps, but most of them settle around that 20 to 30 mark. And some of the omnibuses maybe a little bit more on between that $50 and $60, $70 mark. There's quite a lot of duplicates, but a lot of them are brand new, so they're still sealed in their original shrink wrap. I would say 80% are kind of bagged and seem to be bagged since new. And then the other 20%, whilst they're not bagged, they're still in really good condition. There's probably 10, 15 which are a bit tatty. The comics seem in pretty good condition as well. They're all bagged and boarded for the most part. So I haven't been through the comics at all. I just counted them, so I knew what I had. Overall, we ended up with 1,400 trade paperbacks and comics. So I think there was about maybe 400 comics and about 1,000 trade paperbacks. Yeah, so what I've been doing, I was just scanning each one into eBay and seeing what appeared on the sold listings, so filtering by sold within the last 90 days. If they didn't come up, if there was no price, I just kind of moved on. So I didn't do any name searches or anything like that. I figured that if they're actually, if it was a good book and they were worth something, it would show up. So that would be the next stage, is to kind of go through and as I list stuff onto eBay, do proper kind of comp research. while we were doing the scanning, we did have a couple of books that came up that were worth kind of a significant amount of money, significant to me anyway, maybe not for comic collectors. I'll spin you around and show you what we found. So this is the first book, The Man of Steel, volume 4, hardback, still sealed, still factory sealed in its original kind of wrapping, is cellophane. So the auction lot was a liquidation of a pop culture store, so they had a price on there of $80. But looking on eBay, they are recent comps, recent cold comps for $350. So multiple 3 or 4 sold comps in the last 90 days, $350 just for this one book, which I thought was pretty good, and we were pretty excited when we found it. Not sure why. I'm not really into comic books. I don't read them. I'm more into kind of reading normal books. But yeah, so that was a really good find. Hopefully we can sell it for, you know, around that $350, $300 mark, and start to reclaim some of the outlay that we've got on this unit. So these are the next books. I like Transformers. I've got some of the older Transformer annuals from the late 80s, early 90s. I don't collect the toys or anything. Again, I don't read the comics, but I was interested to see, just judging by the size of these books, they're really thick, they're big. You look at the size of them. So I expected them, to be a fair amount of money. When I looked on the back, we picked up this volume 1 first. Oh, there's no price on that one. Maybe it was this one. No, so there's no prices, but I expected them to be worth a fair amount of money. So I started to open this bad boy up, and as soon as I got to here, I took a sharp breath and closed the book. And my boy was with me as we were doing this, and he's kind of looking at me going like, "What, Dad? What was happening?" And yeah, so I continue to open it up, and what's inside? The book is hand signed by the writer artist, so you can see it's a pen signature, a metallic pen signature. So yeah, at this point I'm thinking, especially for a book this size and quality, I'm thinking, oh man, this is like a $10,000-$20,000 book. Yeah, so I start doing my research. Hey, look, and it's not a 20-30 grand book. I'm doing the research. I found out that this Premiere series, or Premiere collection, I think it's called, every book that was sold had one of these signed cover sheets in it, and it is original signed. It's not a print. They are hand signed by the artist, so it is still pretty cool. Looking on eBay, there are sold comps, and the sold comps are all over the place, all the way from like $150 all the way through to kind of $3 grand. There's a bunch listed at the moment around that kind of around $3,500–$4,000. And considering I've got volume 1 and volume 2, volume 2 doesn't come with a signed thing, but could they be worth $4 grand? I'd really like to think so. Who's going to pay $4 grand? Not sure. I mean, they're in really good condition as well. They both got their dust jackets. There's a bit of wear on the dust jacket, so it's not perfect. It's not mint, but they are in super good condition. Yeah, so even if I could get $2 grand, I guess that'd do a long way of kind of recovering a lot of the costs from the auction. Is it worth getting them graded? I don't know. Something like that, is it worth getting graded? I'm assuming the cost wouldn't be too crazy. Shipping might be, if it has to go to the States to get graded. Even the Man of Steel book, the Superman book, is that worth getting graded? I'm not super into comics. I've never got something graded before. What do you guys think? Is it worth getting graded? How much do you think they're worth? Am I right with those kind of valuations? And this was just a quick comp eval from eBay yesterday. I'll start jumping on some of the comic websites and doing a bit more heavy research. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you think they're worth? Are they a good find? Should I be excited as I am? And that's why I like doing auctions, and I buy storage units as well. Is just finding these. You never know what you're going to find in a lot, and that thrill. And that's why I've done treasure hunting and stuff in the past. It's that the art of exploration, right, and just discovering and finding things, and that moment of joy as you succeed. There's nothing like it. So yeah, so next steps, I'm going to start listing. I need to start getting stuff listed and sold. Starting to recover some of the cost. So that'll be kind of just doing the comp research and then taking photos and getting them listed. I haven't done any research on the comics yet, so it's fairly unknown. There's nothing old in there. It's all kind of, I would say, early 2020s, late 2010s through to now. I'm not sure if we do things like key issues anymore, or in the past 5 years, but definitely stuff I'll be looking out for. They're all really good condition, like I said. There's some weird and wonderful magazines, kind of some film and comic industry magazines, I think, which will take a little bit of research. Yeah, it'll be good to dig through those and see what we've got as well. So that's my plan over the coming days, weeks, and probably months, because there's a lot of them. So the way it's set up at the moment, I've kind of put them all out. They're in alphabetical piles, so piles of A, B, C, etc. So the next step will be to break them down into their series, because what I will do is try and bundle stuff up into kind of series. Like here, I've got a whole bunch of Spawn compendiums, probably between $50 and $80 a piece. But if I can get lots 1 to 4, then that might go a lot more. Yeah, so there's lots of different series that I can start digging out and trying to bundle together. Once I got them together, I get them photographed, do the comp research, and then listed onto eBay. As I walk around, if there's anything you see that you're interested in, I'm open to deals. Just ping me in the comments and let me know. Same, I'm happy to work out bulk deals as well if there's a bunch that you're interested in. Initially, I'm just about recovering cost, and then once I've made my money back and I get into profit, we'll go from there. So here's some of the comics. Wrong way around for these ones. What do we got in here? So I've not really had to dig through here. Science fiction, supermassive. This means nothing to me. So if this gets you excited, Sweet Paprika. I love the artwork. I could just look at the artwork, I guess. What else we got? It's mostly independent. There is a bunch of Marvel stuff. There's lots of Batman and Superman, some Catwoman, Wonder Woman. There's a whole bunch of turtle stuff, which I kind of might keep some of that for myself, I think. What do we got here? Little horror stuff. Ninjak, Nine Stones, Mirror Moon, Night People. And this is I don't know anything about these types of magazines. Maybe you do. You tell me what they are. Spectro, Fangoria, New York Ninja. I don't know, these comics. Oh, some Star Wars stuff. Star Wars Insider. I don't know, man. You tell me. Some Doctor Who, I think. Yeah, so that will be interesting. What else we got here? Power Rangers. More Power Rangers. Mind Games. Who knows? Mindset. Minor Threats. Sweet Paprika again. Sweet Paprika. Oh, there was My Little Pony. Okay, so that kind of brings you up to where we're at the moment. I will now start working through. I might add to this video, this might be it for now. I'll decide over the next couple of days as I start listing how we're going, and then I'll give you some updates as we go on. I'm continuing to list up a whole bunch of stuff from storage units I've still got hanging around. Yeah, and then hopefully we'll make some dollary doos. Yeah, so this is a new channel. So some of you might have seen me on my other channel, which was Davo Digs. So I used to do metal detecting and make videos about that. I haven't been detecting a long time. I've just been way too busy. Not really since getting back from Germany. I haven't really detected at all. I don't find there's not a lot of history in Perth, like in terms of European history, and the ability to dig here is fairly restricted as well, I think. So, and I'm not really about continuing to scour the beach looking for coins and rings and stuff. It's not my thing. I prefer kind of digging for history. So this is my new treasure hunting adventure. This is me, storage units, auctions, op shops. I've been doing it for about 2 years on and off. Don't make tons of money. It's just more of an adventure really, and the art of discovery. It's more about what it's about. And now I feel I should start sharing some of those adventures. Hopefully when we go hit some of the auctions, or when we go and do some storage unit clear outs, I'll take you along for the journey. You can see what I find and what I get up to. Again, I appreciate you watching. Please give us a subscribe, jump into the comments and leave your thoughts. If you're a comic pro, I need all the help I can get, to be fair. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.